Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Mindset Explosion, episode 55. This is actually attempt number 2, because what's a video about a slight technical hitch. I'm here today with Laura Dougal, so thank you for coming in. And wanted to interview Laura, because as we've just been talking, I've seen, I think, an advert come up for what you're doing. Freedom Mums is your group, your special group, and I kind of love that. And you're a life coach, and kind of on the same sort of wavelength, and helping people, and love how personal development can really bring out the best in people. So I thought, I'm going to get you in, and because yours is about freedom mums, so I thought it quite important as a guide to maybe kind of boost that out as well, and go from there. So I just want to find out a little bit more about yourself for the viewers. I'm going to invite some people on because I'm like that. Let's invite some guys and some females, of course, and some mums. That's my mum there. Okay. So it's good to get support from your mums. So just while I'm doing this, Laura, so when did you set this group up?
So I set up Freedom Mums in August last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, and how, what gave you that idea to think, okay, I want to, because it's about getting mums back into work, or was it just?
Yeah, so I started my business as a coach. So I started working as a coach, coaching mums. I call myself like a maternity return coach.
Yeah.
But really, it's about helping mums in that time when they might be going back to work, maybe they're going back to the same job, or maybe they're going to a different job, or actually maybe they've decided that they don't want to do that anymore and they want to do something different. So there's not like kind of one type of person that I help apart from their mums, if you know what I mean. And so so I created the group because I was basically coaching people all around, lots of different people in different situations, but always talking about the same kind of things. So I just thought, I wanted to create I created Freedom Mums just as a place to have some positivity, for support, and just because I think that being a mum these days can be quite lonely sometimes. So to have that kind of, to have something fun and supportive and just not about children as well. So it's actually about us and not about our kids.
So it's quite a healthy group that's become a community, I guess.
Yeah, I like to think that it's a community. I do, we were just talking before about, I do something like every Wednesday. I'll invite a member to do something I called In the Spotlight.
Yes.
So, and just because, I wanted it to be, like, I don't want it to be the Laura Dougal show. I do want it to be a group that's for its members. So every Wednesday, one of the members will answer like 5 questions, and they can just do it either like in a post if they want, or they can do it in a live video, or they can post a video. Just so that everyone gets to know everybody else as well. And it works. It's actually worked really well.
That's a good way of kind of creating connections, introducing themselves, and that's quite nice because they pick the medium they want to do that on. So and then since August, so because obviously you're doing similar thing. Like we have our little live videos and our little coaching. And have you found, how has it helped some of the members in there, or, brought someone together, or what kind of things has it done for that community?
No, I think that people are, I'm talking to Alina just now, like she was saying that she's made lots of connections to the group, and I hear that a lot of times, like things that actually I don't even know happen. And people message each other and have formed, like, I think there's a book group that's come out of it, and I know that there was, someone was trying to organise like a crochet and craft evening things. There's other things that have just come as an offshoot of that. And I do get messages a lot of the time from people saying like, that live helped me think about this, and things that I don't even know when I'm doing it. So I do think that's why I keep doing it, really, is because I think it's always helping somebody. So just keep on keeping on.
And you're a mother yourself, which is obviously probably why you push that one out. And I just love hearing you there, how you kind of I'm strict, I keep to these days, it's in my family time. So how do you work your family and work time balance?
Well, that came from the fact that I didn't.
Generally, that's how it always comes from that.
And when I started my business, I just fell in love with I just loved what I do, and just fell in love with it, basically. And I was trying to work around my daughter. And then, like, she was napping at that time, so she would go down for a nap. I knew, like, she was always a good sleeper in the afternoon, so I'd have like 2.5 hours in an afternoon where I could get some work done. And then, of course, like with babies, things change all the time. So then she started to not nap. I remember just really clearly what it was. It was like one day she wouldn't go down for her nap, and I got really stressed with her. And I was like, I've got all this stuff to do, and and that was that thing in that moment where I just thought, I don't want to be for me, like, and this is not just on anybody else, but for me, that wasn't working for me because it was making me stressed. I felt really pulled in different directions. I felt like I want to be the mum that I want to be to my daughter, but I also want to be who I want to be running my business. So I got really strict, and I invested in childcare. And now she goes, well, she has been going to nursery 3 days a week. And then, so I spend like 2 days a week with my daughter, and then we have like weekend time, family time. And I do try and be like, I try and get everything as much as I can into those 3 days. Although, so this is dropped now. So recently I've dropped one of the days that she'll go to nursery, which you might think is a bit mad because I'm trying to have a push on my business as well. But I kind of feel like, I just feel like that's the right thing to do for me right now. So it really feels like I need to drop a day. I need to spend more time with her. I want to spend more time with her. So I'm going to drop a day with her and then see, after everything I've learned in the last year, what can I push into like 2 days, and I'll work an evening. So I kind of just try and just listen to what I want to achieve and try and get that balance and make sure that I'm happy with it. And if I do, and there have been times, like, I think we all do it, don't we? Where I've had. I try not to be on my phone around my daughter, which is hard, especially when you're running like a business and a group and everything. And when you love what you do, it's really, really difficult. But I do try and be quite conscious of, if my daughter's here and saying, "Mummy, I don't want her to be looking at me, looking at a screen, looking at her."
Exactly.
If you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I totally agree.
I am quite conscious of that. But I'm not perfect, and I do sometimes. I'll do work around her sometimes, but I do try not to if I can.
And it is getting a balance, I think. I don't know where I heard it. It was actually talking about when people go on holiday, like in employees, they go on holiday, and when you send an email to them and it comes back, they'll respond to this when they get back. But this one company was say your email's going to get deleted, and they are back on this date, so email them again then. So it's basic. I thought it was great. It stopped that person coming back off a holiday and think, oh my gosh, I got to get through all this. And it's hard when you're running a business because you're constantly trying to keep that balance as well.
I spoke to somebody last week actually who was saying the same thing. Like, she runs her business online, and she was asking me the same thing about, like, well, how do you only work 2 days a week? And I said, like, she said that she'd sent me an email. She said, I got an out of office reply, but you work for yourself. I said, yeah, but I put an out of office on my emails so that it's a case of, I'm not here. And I don't check it. And I always say, like, I won't check my emails again until this day. So that just, for me, what that does for me is that I just go, there's no, like, I might check my emails before then, but there's no... there's no pressure. Exactly, But I think it's difficult when you've got like Instagram messages and Messenger, and you could do with like an app. I'm thinking about this. You could do with an app that takes all of those everywhere, like you get a message from, and then that goes to push out a reply as well.
Good idea. It's a good idea. I'm sure there's a way, some sort of message bot if they are on there. So that's obviously how you balance that out, and I guess what's good, I think, there is like thinking it's just to listen to what's going on in here.
Definitely.
I think another thing I'd say, so it's like listen to your heart and follow what that's telling you at that time and do what's best for you, and to not stress about stuff. I guess some things can wait. Because we have a lot of members with Cheltenham Martial Arts, and the staff would like getting messages late at night. I said, guys, you're at home. You're supposed to be having your family time there. And if it can't be an emergency, I'm sure this person can wait till the morning. And it took a while because I used to do that. Okay, I'll message and I'll answer this now. No, this can wait.
Because you want to be busy. That's part of it, isn't it? Like,
you want to be busy, and
you want to be
naturally want to help, and I'll answer your question, and I'll save you, and so with your, how I come about you was on a sponsored post. So I think it was for a course that you had coming up, or it's expired now. I don't know.
I'm doing that at the moment.
So tell us a bit more about the course.
Okay. So when I started, I started coaching as a bit of a like, I'll just coach.
Just
be a coach. Coach everybody. And then I realised that I started working with mums. And that practically all of my clients were mums. And then looking a bit deeper into that, I was recognising that actually they were all talking about very similar things. And other conversations I'd have with people where it's kind of like, I could do with a coach, but I don't really know what I talk about. And I think sometimes that sort of stops people from going to coaching, or you might find that as well. So I decided what I'd do is put together, like I've created like a 6-week coaching program.
Brilliant.
It's a bit of a funny one because I don't really believe in structured coaching.
No.
I believe that everything should be like definitely we shouldn't be told that we've got to look at this area.
I like that. Yeah.
So what I've done is created like a flexible, structured coaching course. I've called it Back to Me. So it's really aimed at mums who are returning to work, but again, like you could. So I've done it where.
So is it kind of more structured? You've got like a frame, and you're going to structure it around that person. There's like
So what I did was I've written like 4 modules. So they're around confidence, which is a huge thing that people always talk about. And that means something different to everybody as well. Around identity after having children, and identity particularly about professional identity after having children. But not necessarily either.
No, I agree.
And then work as a standalone module. And then time. And like trying to balance all of these things. So those are the things that I've built it around. But what I've done is just sort of what I'll do at the beginning is I would have a session with somebody at the beginning to say, like, I'd do a questionnaire with them to figure out like how you're feeling about all of these things, and then be saying, where do you want to focus? And maybe you don't want to do the time one, or maybe you do, but we'll still spend the same amount of time. But we'll look at whatever it is that's important to them. So it's working really well because it's given that bit of structure, and I think people, and then they've got like an exercise to do, so they'll go away, do an exercise, and then come back to the coaching session having had something to think about, but then pushes them on. So it's actually I think it's more productive as well, because it makes them think about the next step before they get into the coaching session.
Sounds really good.
So
is it one-to-one? Is it group?
So it's at the moment it's one-to-one. So I've started doing it as like a pilot, which is coming to an end shortly. And I'm fully booked up at the moment. I know, terrible. But it's been really good. It's been really good. Until at the end of June, beginning of July now. But it's all one-to-one, and I think working in groups is really beneficial as well. But I just need to figure out a way that I can make it into a group program. Because at the moment it's all one-to-one, and then potentially I might do a group something in the future.
I'll drop some ideas to you after.
Okay.
Well, I think I said so. I know there was a few mums that come into my mastermind session, so I hope they're going to watch this now, because I felt some were just feeling that little bit stuck, and I figure, I can say my advice. I feel it's good to get other perspectives from things as well. So, and I think it's really important because we, men, women, we're all different. We have different roles, whatever. But it's important to kind of, when you're feeling that little bit stuck, and I just find with some people there's something there. And they just need that little come on, or the little push, or the little guidance into where they can go for it. So I think it's a great thing that you're doing.
Thank you.
So you better get in there quick if you're booked up. So and if they do want to contact you about this, so remind us, what's the name of the course?
So the course is called Back to Me.
Back to Me.
And my group's called Freedom Mums.
Freedom Mums, and you're going to drop a link in
on the
comments. So Laura, drop a link on the comments below so you can get yourself into there, and that's how they just contact you about the courses. It just drop you a private message.
Drop me a private message or an email. If you go onto my business page, my post is on there.
Brilliant.
So,
all right, so Laura, drop all the links in there. Brilliant. Oh, thanks for coming in today.
No, thank you very much for inviting me in.
All right, and listen, if you've got something from the video, please hashtag Mindset Explosion, and of course drop some explosion emojis or an emoji of your choice.
Okay. Oh, my choice.
Yeah, I'll put you right on the spot there.
I always use a heart is my emoji.
A heart, okay, all right. Thank you for watching, and please, share the video if you've definitely got something. Well, you would have got something from it if you're still watching anyway. So please share the video, and I'll see you, or I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.